Left hand freaking out. What's going on, everybody? We're coming at you with after a crazy finish. Your Washington Commanders are now 6-2. I'll say it again. 6-2. Left hand freaking up. The Washington Commanders are 6-2 for the first time since 2008. What a crazy finish. I am here with some of my co-hosts of the channel and my good friend Mahad, who's coming back. There's a lot of things happening right now. Social media is blowing up. Jay and Daniels throwing the ball 65 yards down the field. Bruised rib. Definitely didn't look healthy. And a touchdown, Noah Brown, to end the game. The Commanders are 6-2. Nazi, I'll start off with you. What a freaking game.
I haven't said a word since we have joined the stream behind the scenes. I'm at a loss for words, to be honest with you. I was fully prepared to come on this stream, roasting Benjamin St. Buns. But Jaden Daniels, Noah Brown, Hale Brown, that's what we're calling it. Bro, I don't even know what to say. Like, this is the most excited I've ever been as a fan of this team. And that's even including that RG3 year, just because of the way we started, the way this whole team is galvanizing, not just around the quarterback, but around the head coach, the offensive coordinator, like the defense, Frankie Louvu, all pro Frankie Louvu on the way. Bobby Wagner at 34 years old, still playing like he's 24. Like, everybody is contributing to this winning culture that we have in DC. And it, like, I posted this on my story, but you know, this is making a grown man emotionful, like having his emotions out right now, because like I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't even know what to say, bro. Like, I'm actually speechless. I was on the phone with my mom. My mom said, "What's up, Nazi?" And I said, "Mom, I have no words right now. I have no words." And I hung up. I literally don't have words right now. Like, this is crazy. This is not supposed to happen for us. It's supposed to happen against us, not for us. And like, it's just like surreal. And then to see the replay of the play, and to see immediately after Noah Brown caught that pass, everybody in the stands going crazy. Like, bro, like the whole city, the whole region is going insane right now. And best start since 2008. That's when I became a fan of this team. So it's full circle moment right now to see, you know, everything going on. But I'm excited. I'm just really grateful to be able to celebrate with you guys as well, right? With this channel and with everybody who's been supporting us for the last 5 seasons now. But yeah, those are my thoughts right now.
Noah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, you know, Nazi and I have, you know, we've been around the block. We've seen the beginning of this team in the anywhere from the early 2000s to now. Like, we've been through the different eras, and there's something magical about what's happening this year. You know, of course, Hail Mary is a Hail Mary, but most of these games that we've won have been well earned. We haven't squeaked away with some lucky wins. They were well drawn up. Even in the Hail Mary play, Jaden Daniels tells Coach Dan Quinn, do not put Mariota in for the Hail Mary. That's a lot of things that people miss too. He's been fighting a rib injury. He was struggling with the deep ball all game, and he said, no, in the biggest moment of the game, I am not coming out. I'm going to stay in there, and he extended the play. That's another thing too. Our offensive line, low-key on the Hail Mary play in most of the game, had moments where they allowed a lot of the pressure from the Bears to come through. Montez Sweat even said before the game, this is going to be a revenge game. He was going to come after Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels not only extends the play, he sets his feet, and he throws a bomb. It doesn't happen without the leadership of Jaden Daniels. And we can give credit to Caleb Williams, too, for doing his thing in the fourth quarter. But Jaden Daniels, a rookie, stepping up, being a leader. That's what franchise quarterbacks do. We haven't had that in a long time. RG3 has moments, but there was not a moment where he really stepped up and said, let me just take over. Because that was another thing, too, is the Commanders' offense was starting to stall. We didn't really have that great of a game overall offensively. But Jaden Daniels says, when it matters the most, I'm going to throw a bomb. Again, they wanted Mariota to go in there. You saw Mariota put his helmet on. They were going to put him in for the Hail Mary. Jaden Daniels waves him off, and he throws a bomb to win the game. That's MVP level stuff. That is all pro level stuff. That is franchise level stuff. And that's what makes me the most excited. But as Nati said, the defense. I've said this in the beginning of the year. Everyone was clowning on the Dan Quinn hire. But Dan Quinn was literally a quarter away from a Super Bowl. He built an all-pro defense with a lot of washed-up pieces. Deion Jones, you don't remember, was not that good and became an all-pro linebacker. After Dan Quinn leaves, he's irrelevant in the league. Same with multiple other players in that Falcons defense. He brings in Frankie Lou, who was misused in Carolina. Jeremy Chin, misused in Carolina. Both looking like Pro Bowl players. You have Bobby Wagner. Everyone said it was washed. He comes in as an elite linebacker. Even De'Aaron Payne. People said he's overpaid. He doesn't worry. He's not worth his contract. Huge with Newton to force that fumble. No Jonathan Allen, no problem. We're going to move to a 3-4 defense. We're going to bring the fire. And that's a Dan Quinn trademark defense. And that's what I love about that hire. I told you in the beginning of the season, he's a elite defensive coach. That's why he left the Cowboys as the defensive coordinator, take this opportunity here in DC. Yes, do we have some holes? Benjamin St-Juste is going back to Canada because he cannot play starting corner. He's not like starting corner. But more importantly, we've brought Emmanuel Forbes back. We've brought Emmanuel Forbes back. His confidence was so low, and then he gets a pick last week. He played good tonight as a rotational DB. He might be taking St-Juste's spot. That's what I'm saying. Over and over again, we're finding gems. Clelin Ferrell even. Not a lot of people talk about him on the Commanders. He was considered a bust from the Raiders. He was a stud at Clemson. He comes here, and he's
also
a
shout
solid.
out Sanders too.
Yeah.
Mike Sanders still.
Benogany too. They can cooking all of them guys.
So to wrap things up, we have Daniels. Obviously, we know he's a franchise quarterback. Let's give credit to Dan Quinn. Let's give credit to the defense. He's rebuilt our defense with pieces that should not be doing this good. That's what great coaches do. They're going to elevate their specialty and allow everyone else to take care of it. That's why I brought in Kingsbury. Hey, I'm going to run this defense. I'm going to run this team. You run the play calling. You run the offense. And we might complain at times, but that's allowing the defense to thrive and let Daniels take care of the rest.
Mahad.
Man, honestly, all I gotta say is football's back in the DMV, man. You saw the crowd, you saw the clips, you saw everyone leaving the stadium, leaving Landover, Maryland. I'm honestly at a loss of words. I haven't been this speechless since we beat the Steelers like 4 or 5 years ago when they're 11-0. I honestly don't know what to say. This was a very stressful and emotional game throughout the whole time from the beginning of the game. And honestly, watching the offense at times seemed like they had no confidence out there. You know, even after the forced fumble, our defense got them. It was still a 3-and-out. I'm sitting there, 4th and inches, thinking, are we going for it? Are we punting it? Honestly, I honestly don't know what to say. And honestly, guys like Frankie Louvu, absolute dog. Bobby Wagner, dog. I'm just saying our linebacker course was literally – it was just revived, like you said, Noah. Like everyone on this team, you know, Dante Fowler Jr., all these guys that have been brought back, all these guys were first-round picks. A lot of these guys coming in and just reviving this entire defense. You know, Terry McLaurin, 5 catches, 125 yards, finally found his QB, finally getting the respect he deserves in this league. You know, at times people calling him washed, overrated. Honestly, you guys summed it up perfectly. They executed, and Dan Quinn led his team, and that's the type of guy he is. He's a player's coach. That's what you need at the end of the day. You don't need a guy who's all analytical, who's all about textbook this, textbook that. You need someone who's going to make your players want to jump through a brick wall for him, and that's what he did. So yeah, that sums it up perfectly.
Name.
Come on, baby. I've been waiting. I've been waiting.
Come on,
I've been
now.
waiting my turn. You gotta see it. Come on, baby. I ruined my whole setup for this, bro. I can't lie, bro. Like, I'm speechless. I yelled so hard, like I 100%. My neighbors heard me, like they heard me, but I didn't care. I didn't care. My voice is gone. The last time I yelled this hard was probably John Wall Game 6 over Avery Bradley, but that was a while ago.
No.
Like, even though Taylor Heineke's a close second against Tampa, but
Yeah.
bro, like it's absolutely insane. Like, I think you guys saw the chat. I was so mad. Like, I said Cliff Kingsbury had it. Blood out his hands, St. Juice, like you said, St. Buns. Oh my God, bro! Like it's crazy that like something like this. Like we're usually the team that this happens on, and we're the one catching the Hail Mary, bro. I had no faith. I'm gonna be honest. I had no faith. Like Hey, I have a good reason to have no faith at the end. I had good reason, but wow, JD5, bro, the magic, bro, bruised ribs and all. Bro, he threw it up, and it just perfectly tipped into Noah Brown's hand, man. And like Mahad said, bro, the whole stadium went wild. I seen people on this team who were there in the struggle, bro. Deron Payne, you know what I'm saying? Like being one of them, and he was just on the sideline, like, oh my god, like I'm sure like he can't believe what's happening. Montez Sweat, I know he wishes he was on this side. Chase Young, Saints, we play you too. We're marking that. We're gonna make your life miserable too. We play Chase too, and bro, like I can't lie, like this is insane, bro. Like I did the left hand up for the first time in the intro. I wasn't with that. Abdullah knows every time you say left hand up, I had to sing it. What was it say? It was like left hand up. I was like, we some shit. Now we're not the Commanders. Oh, my fault. My fault. Like I'm going crazy. Yeah, like. You know, I'm bringing the energy, man. Like, it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the comments. Nazi, give me 1 second. On Instagram, with Daniels is the GOAT. Let's go. Jan Daniels, let's effing go. Holy crap, let's effing go. Noah Brown is that guy. I had 2 heart attacks during the game. I can't believe this is my life, smiling through it all. Shout out to the LeBron meme. Let's effing go. I really just shedded a tear. Let's freaking go. Jan Daniels is him. HTTC. Belt to, you know, I'm about to say, let's go Commanders, bro. I can't believe what I just saw still. Finally about time for us. It's us. Finally us. I'm in jail right now, but I still saw the game. What a the whole unit knows I got a phone. The whole unit knows I got a phone. Yeah.
He's a real one.
Yeah, he's a real one. He's a real one.
Bro, I feel like all of us got noise complaints. All of us got like literally there were people coming in here or right outside my doors, like literally looking at me like I was crazy, like bro, like, and I was like, I'm sorry, you know, I'm looking at the screen. But bro, I want to shout out this one thing. Ari Mero from My Sports Update tweeted out, which is something that I don't think is getting talked about enough. That play right before the Hail Mary, getting that quick 13-yard pass, so then like we could set up the Hail Mary, right? That Jaden could, you know, eventually throw. I think was so pivotal, bro. Because at that point we were at the 35-yard line, and we got like what, almost 15 yards on that play.
And before that, Austin Eckler took the kick back, took the kick up, and we were just so confused.
Yeah. It was not good. It was not good. But I mean, defense played lights out today. I mean, except, you know, towards the end. But I mean, at the end of the day, bro, like what, you give up 15 points to the Bears, like you expect your offense to, you know, at least score more than 15, right? Especially with the way they played this season. But but I'm seeing the comments right now.
Griffith was the one that recorded the video of us like going crazy that I posted. But yeah, no, I agree, Nazi. Like, I mean, like it, like again, like rookie of the year. I think you talked about J.K. Rondo, the tweet. If that does not solidify rookie of the year, I don't know what is. Caleb Williams, obviously, you know, hometown king coming back. You know, he was shifty out there, but he was boxed for the beginning of the majority of the first half. Second half, DeAndre Swift, I'm not gonna lie, bailed them out. And I don't know what the heck Matt Eberflus was thinking, giving it to a backup center when DeAndre Swift was cooking at the 1 freaking yard line.
So lucky. Oh my God.
I just don't understand that play call. And if I'm the Bears,
how about the two QB runs too? The 2 QB runs. This was on 3rd down, he ran with Caleb again. Like, I feel like Eberflus had some questionable decisions today for sure. I agree with you, Bro.
Yeah, no, but dude, again, like the whole Jay and Daniels telling Mariota and Dan Quinn to go, I got this. Like, while he did not look the same. I mean, my friends and I were talking about it the whole time. We just said like, yo, like just Jay and Daniels clearly doesn't look the same. And the offense, I mean, again, this was similar to the Giants game week 2 where we go to the red zone and again, like we just not capitalizing. Yeah, and it just sucks. We're putting so much pressure on Austin Cyber, who again, a pretty good day. Obviously, get that 150-yard field goal block, but that's going to happen. But I want to talk about the referees, guys. Like, I know I hate blaming the games on refs, but I mean, I think there was one touchdown where Brian Robinson clearly had a lane and there was a false start, but they had a 12-man on the field, which I understood. But there was a second touchdown that I don't know if you guys noticed it. I don't know if you guys can tell me. My Wi-Fi went out, so we can just talk about the refs. What are your guys' thoughts on that? We can start with Nati.
The refs in today's game. Well, I mean, yeah, you can blame the refs, but which is fair. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking the first play that's comes to mind, the most recent flag was the one on Benjamin St. Juste, which was all on St. Juste. But I think in terms of the other flags, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what are some noteworthy ones for you guys right now?
I gotta say, I honestly really thought Jaden Daniels got pulled down with the horse collar. That one really like messed with me. I don't know, but
Ooh,
that one
yeah,
got me
yeah,
up out of
yeah.
my chair.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think another one was late in the game when Jaden Daniels did with the QB draw. They cut him short on the first down. I know he was knee by contact, but by definition, if the ball crosses the plane before the knee goes down, it should have been a first down. That's why even the announcers, even Romo said, "Oh, I thought that was a first down." They called it short. That was a little bit suspect. I get the knee. I get that the knee fell, but when he was in the air, he crossed the plane. That has to be considered a first down. Questionable call there. I mean, worked out in the end, but that should have been a first down as well.
You know what's
Go
ahead, Nick.
I was just gonna say, I think like it's just how the NFL refs are these days. I think it's just more magnified since it was just such a close game. But I feel like you look at like almost every game, there's missed calls, bad calls, and it's just like that every week. So for me personally, I just don't like blaming refs or talking about them.
No, fair. I agree too, and I feel like even on our end too, there were times where our O-line questionably had some holding calls, especially towards the end of the game. Yeah, so I completely agree, Naeem. I wouldn't jump the gun with it, but I definitely also think refs aside, like we really shot ourselves in the foot multiple times this game.
Oh yeah,
it should not have gotten to this point. If you look on paper, our offense was way more efficient than their offense. But how come is the fact that we can't even score a touchdown? You know what I mean? So it just comes to stuff like that. And, glad we got the win. I'm not going to complain, but we got work to do, We can't win. You can't win championships playing like this, playing this sloppy and stuff like that,
I want to say one quick thing. I just what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I'll say one thing. If you guys were watching the first half, you might have remembered at the end of the first half how we only had like a minute, maybe less than that left, and they still went for points, right? But they got to around the 40, 50-yard line, around midfield, and instead of throwing a Hail Mary in their last final play, like they ran it with I think it was Eckler. And at that point, I was like, okay, I get, because the announcers were like saying, he has an injury. Jaden Daniels has an injury. You should not risk it. But at that point, I was like, why don't you just put Marcus Mariota in for that one play, right? And it's just crazy that like that situation panned out at the end of the game, right? But Jaden he threw that Hail Mary. So I don't know. They were trying to protect him, sure, but when the game's on the line, the game's on the line, and Jaden. Man, from his own 35-yard line, guys. From his own 35-yard line.
I don't know about you.
I don't know.
Hey, I don't know about you guys. From now on, I'd rather have Jaden take the Hail Mary than cyber kick a 40+ yarder, bro. Bro, Abdullah, you said it did not get blocked. He stuffed it. Yeah. He's done this like numerous times. I don't know if he just doesn't know how to kick a 40+ yarder, but every time it's a long distance field goal. I mean, it did get blocked once or twice previous weeks, but like, bro, he scuffs it, bro. He doesn't know how to kick a field goal plus 40 yards, bro. It's weird.
Yeah, no, that's a good. Thank you for correcting me. I forgot about that. We got him credit, although he's very efficient under 40. But yeah, those long distance field goals, I got to be able to like put it over, the opposing players. Yeah, but yeah, dude. I mean, again, like when there was 4th and inches, Noah talked about it. I don't know, guys. Was it crazy to think that we should have just gone for it, or is that absurd? When we were at our own 20. You would have gone for it?
Go for it.
I think in that scenario, it was safe to punt. We had already gotten to the case where we already had the lead. So why would you risk that? I know Dan Campbell's showing. Oh, go ahead.
I know. I'm sorry to cut you off, but because I was about to say there was like 4 minutes left on the clock. You don't get it, and they score. You still have a lot of time to answer back, even if they do end up scoring.
Yeah, but I think it was to the point where look. I know they fumbled the goal line touches, but then very soon later they gave it to Roschon Johnson, who has been their best goal line back, who's been incredibly efficient in the red zone. We can't. I mean, at that point, I wouldn't risk that play. is one of those plays where you have to play it safe and punt it away. And I mean, think about it. If we didn't, we might not have won the game. So it was a decision that was made that paid off. So I don't know if we should question it too much. In that scenario, I think we need to punt it away. But trust our defense. That keep in mind, Caleb Williams passing yards by quarter. He had 17 passing yards in the first quarter. He had 3 in the third quarter. He might have had 96 in the fourth. But we have limited him to under 50 yards passing in 3 quarters. We trust our defense again. Punt it away. We don't want to punish our defense for playing well. Essentially, if we're going to go out there to get on the 4th down, we're going to punish them by trying to have a goal line stand because they're already in the 10, 15-yard line.
I don't trust our DBs though. Remember, at the beginning of the stream, I kept saying that like I was talking into the screen, like saying, or maybe I was talking to Abdullah about this before the stream started. But I kept like saying, like when the announcers were like, "Oh, the defense is playing well. The defense seems like it got it right." I kept literally talking to the screen saying, "I don't trust our DBs though. I don't trust our DBs though. I don't trust our DBs though." And then look what happened at the end. Benjamin St-Juste holding in the end zone, right? Like we were giving up chunk yards after chunk yards. And I get it. You know, the defense was playing well up until that point, but I would have gone for it on 4th and inches, even from our own side of the field, because our offense, listen, we can get a couple inches. We can get a couple inches in terms of the field. And I felt like, you know, Jaden Daniels, QB sneak or something might have been possible. I do also understand the argument against, but I do. So off of this topic, I want to read this tweet right now because when I saw it, I like literally made a face because I was thinking about it for a little bit, and then I think I agree. Is this the question? So the question was, is that the greatest play in FedEx Field history? Struggling to think of better. And then the quote response from Chad Ryan was, "It's the new number 1. Previous contenders were RG3's 70-yard rushing touchdown versus Mini and the Sean Taylor block touchdown. But this has to be the new number 1." I agree. I think this is the new number 1. Do you guys agree with that?
Too early to tell for sure, because you know I think if we go on and do good things this season, then it brings a lot of impact because it's like this is the moment where the Commanders made ourselves an elite team. But if we collapse, does it really mean anything, right? Because let's be real here, this is a very dangerous place to be. Sounds weird to say, but it's a dangerous place to be. We are not even halfway through this regular season, right? We are 6-2, 8 games. We still got plenty of games left. Easily can go on a slide. I think one notable example of this, if you remember when Russell Wilson, like last year with Seattle, they were on fire as well. They were looking same thing. DK Metcalf was looking like Terry McLaurin. Russell Wilson was looking like Jaden Daniels. Their defense was looking, ironically, who was there? Bobby Wagner. And they were like, he's the ageless wonder. And then by the end of the season, they went into full rebuild mode. Russell Wilson was gone. Bobby Wagner left with the Rams. So I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, being paranoid, but I think the impact of the play will be seen later down the season. If we can really do something, then this will be one of the most pivotal moments in the history of the Commanders. If not, it'll be a really cool play to watch on YouTube 10 years from now, but it won't really mean as much as some of those other plays in the past.
It's definitely first for Northwest Stadium. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to get used to that. I know Noah brought up a good point. You know, go ahead.
Really quickly. Sorry, guys. I'm like, I have Twitter on the right side of the screen, and then I have you guys on the left, and I'm just reading like different tweets and stuff. But best video you'll see today from Grant Paulson, Tyreek Stevenson, number 29, the guy that Terry was bro. This man's talking. Stevenson was talking so much trash today, man. And look. At the end of the game, he was trolling fans after the snap of the Hail Mary. I'm going to send you the video on Twitter. But
I remember Nazi, like Caleb Williams was telling everyone to go back. It was like I don't know if maybe he was one of them.
That was the play before.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys saw the handshake. Daniels and Williams at the end of the game. They barely even acknowledged each other.
Are you
serious?
It
was quick. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw it. Like if you could see him, like Jaden Daniels and Zach Ertz are talking, and then they see each other, and just a quick little hand tap, move the control, keep going. It was quick. I don't think they looked at each other.
I'm not surprised, you know, number 1 and number 2. And if I was Caleb Williams, it feels kind of weird, you know.
Yeah,
the actual, you know, the native born, the hero of the DMV versus the adopted hero. That's kind of a cool little storyline. I know that. There's a lot of other anime fans. It sounds like a future edit in the making, but
oh, don't worry, there'll be a lot of edits coming this week.
Yeah.
So like looking
Yeah, I don't
though,
know.
like in the next few weeks, we got the Giants, Steelers, Eagles, Cowboys, and Titans. Just to say the least. What do you guys think? Do you believe in the momentum we got? Do you guys believe in momentum in sports?
Every game is winnable. But speaking of momentum, the Titans need to go to the XFL. I don't know if you watched that game, but
Yeah,
Holy
terrible.
shit.
you can't be put 52 on your head and feel good about that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
The Titans are a winnable game. Cowboys we'll see tonight. They've been reeling right now. They're kind of in a weird place. They lost Rico Dowdle. He's not going to play tonight, so they have no running backs. But the Eagles came back. They had a really good win against the Bengals today. Giants are reeling as well. I really think that we need to walk away with at least 3 wins here. Giants, very easy win. Titans should be an easy win as well. Of course, Eagles going to be tough. Steelers are always a battle, but we can walk away with 3. I think we can easily walk away 3-1. I really think we can walk away 3-1. We either lose to the Steelers or the Eagles. I don't think we lose to both. We need to, if we can win 3, now we have 9 wins in the season, and we're in a good place.
Realistic, yeah, I like it.
Bro, guys, I'm just seeing all the comments about Stevenson. Just like literally waved off, and then he tipped. He was the one that tipped the ball.
He was
to Brown.
Yeah,
Bro, that is like bench worthy, bro. From their defensive coaches.
You know what was funny? I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was Terry. Right after the Hail Mary, I think it was 2 DBs for the Bears. They were both on the ground and shot. And he just went over, grabbed their hand, shook them, like they didn't want any part of Terry, bro. And he was like, good game. Like, bro, like, oh my god.
Speaking of Terry, I'm so happy that deep ball that he had for 61 yards. The fact that obviously he dropped the first one, but you go right back to him. Like, that's what you do when you have a number 1 receiver like Terry McLaurin. And again, it's just so happy to see him have a QB like Daniels who trusts him, who gives him the ball. And yeah, man, Terry, he's definitely on a career year, I think, yards wise. Touchdowns, I don't know how it ranks up compared to like 2019. I will say though, I'm not gonna lie, I saw this on social media. Prime Terry does not get tackled after a long deep ball. Nowadays, I think he's just so focused on grabbing the ball and catching, which I'm obviously not complaining, but it's just something interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, too, Terry, I think right now is in the prime of his career. He's also 29. Like, that's the thing.
Exactly.
I'm so happy. I think we're all happy for Terry that before he leaves his prime, at least it won't go to waste. He'll get Daniels for at least another two, hopefully 3 seasons, but at least this year and the next year for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just looking at this Stevenson play. I didn't know he was actually on the field.
Yeah, he was
celebrating it, and the ball's already snapped, and his back is turned to the quarterback.
Yeah.
He's like looking at this end zone, which is
Yeah,
ridiculous. And then I'm seeing the guy actually be the one who tips the ball back. He actually tipped it back.
Wow.
That's something that's like he's gonna get ripped to shreds in the film room. I can tell you that.
Maybe on social media, Bears fans, dude, this week a lot of trash talk from Bears fans. Social media, Jane Daniels versus Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams again. He was boxing that first half, man. And obviously, I could say the whole game because if it wasn't for DeAndre Swift, the Bears really, and I mean really, were not going to get anything going. DJ Moore, I mean, he had that one nice catch. I think he did get hurt. Keenan Allen, I mean, he drew that pass interference. So again, like if we can play like this, like where our offense is completely, in quicksand and our defense can step up, I generally think we can beat any team. And the Bears they're not a joke of a team. They have a good defense, and obviously Caleb Williams is a rookie, but they still have a good.
Very good defense.
Yeah, and
honestly, go ahead.
Go name. Go.
I was gonna say honestly, bro. Like you were talking about the DBs, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie, every DB stepped up their game a little bit, bro. Mikey, which I didn't think he was too bad, but he's obviously a rookie, so it's hard to judge. Emmanuel Forbes, he stepped his game up because it's been I think it's been 2-3 weeks where I haven't yelled at him at my TV screen. Like I didn't see him get picked on too much today. But obviously the one man, I mean Noah's obviously been good too, but obviously the one man constantly getting burnt is St. Juice. But I think the last thing I want to finish it off, you talking about Tyree Stevenson. Wasn't he the same one during the week that was like, it doesn't matter who they have, we're just ready to whoop them? Or
that was Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson. Okay, Jalen Johnson. But, damn, bro, they were talking a lot.
I know.
Yeah, I agree with this comment.
Dude, honestly, I gotta tip my hat to the Bears though. Like honestly, although they didn't play that well, not Jane Daniels, Caleb Williams he can play ball, like especially in the pocket. His pocket awareness is good. I think he's gonna be a good player in the next 10 years. I really think going into the offseason for both teams, us and them, I think they're really going to reinvest into their O-lines, really invest in getting more weapons. I think Caleb Williams is a really good player, even at the end of the game. I know people talk trash about him, his nails and whatnot, but I think he's going to be a very good player. A lot of respect to him.
Yeah. Also, Abdullah, to answer your question about Terry's touchdowns, he has 4 touchdowns in 8 games. He had 4 touchdowns in 17 last season. His career high is 7 in 16 games. He's already almost halfway there in only 8 games. So this could be a career year for Terry, and no coincidence it was, with a quarterback at the level of Jaden Daniels.
Man, what a time to be a Commanders fan, man.
Man, bro. Oh my gosh. We got national media people, bro, saying that's the play of the year. It's absolutely ridiculous. Sorry, guys. I've been scrolling through Twitter while also listening, and I'm hearing all your thoughts. Yeah. And I heard Abdul's question about moving forward, or I heard what else did I hear? I heard Mahad's question about the games moving forward and stuff. I think we cannot have a letdown game next week against New York. We gotta win. We gotta beat the Giants. It's very euphoric right now. Everything that just happened. I'm still trying to gain some words to share with you guys on this live stream, but we cannot have a letdown next week. Right now, we're first in the NFC East. We are, I believe, second in the NFC in terms of the playoff picture right now, only behind the Lions. There is us. There's the Texans. There's Chiefs. Okay. So I think we're 6-2. The Texans are 6-2. The Bills are 6-2. All right. Packers are 6-2. You're right. That's 4 6-2 teams. And then you got the Chiefs at 7-0, and then you got the Lions at 6-1. That's it, bro.
Dude,
we're in that class, bro.
Finally, right?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So I really appreciate everybody for joining the live stream, and just really, Noah understands this, I guess, the best, but for all those who have been sticking around the channel and all of our social media pages from the beginning, we appreciate all of you. It's amazing having this type of season just as a fan, apart from all these social media channels that we have, but to be able to be a part of this community. And shout out Abdullah, Naeem, Evan, Noah, all you guys for supporting, and contributing and stuff. We deserve this, we deserve this after all the misery, the name changes, the everything off the field, and then the lack of winning on top of that. We deserve this out of any sports fan base in the world. I will always say that. And it's just crazy that I think going back to whether this is the best moment to ever happen in FedEx Field history, I think something that we have to remember is that we know we have a quarterback, right? This is not just the Taylor Heineke type play in the playoffs where, okay, we got a bottle of magic, right? But we don't know how long this is going to last. We have Jaden Daniels. He is our quarterback of the future. Please no injuries. Please no injuries. But outside of that, he's shown everything. He's shown everything that you want out of a franchise quarterback. And he made that play, and it's not just that. Look at the culture. Complete difference right now, right? You have captains of the week. I don't know if you guys heard this on the broadcast. They're doing that to because if you are named the captain of the week and we win, there's a picture of you in the locker room that they hold up, and they do that every single week, right? It's not just random people that the team picks to be captains, and I just think it's just different, man. It's different. I wish I was in the DMV right now because I remember 2012 and I remember the energy of that year and going to 7th grade and always being excited and listening to the radio. I was probably the only 12-year-old listening to the radio, man, going to school. Or listening to sports talk, I guess. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I'm still at a loss for words, but Abdullah, I see the work that you're putting in with the Instagram page. You specifically need to be shouted out for all the contributions you're making. And bro, look, it's kind of paid off, you know.
No, definitely. I think Mahad, he literally last week saved me. I mean, he's always the guy that I like talking. He's a big Commanders fan, big DC fan, and now he's trying to grow on Twitter. So we want everyone to go check out his stuff at Somali Sports Guy. I think that's pretty much it. We covered everything. 7-2. I mean, I'm sorry, 6-2. Hopefully, it's 7-2 after next week.
No,
Freudian slip. Yeah,
I knocked on wood for you, Abdullah. I knocked on wood. You're all right.
Yeah, we don't make the same mistake last year when Naeem thought we were gonna whip the Bears and we got whooped on Thursday Night Football. Man.
How do you remember? I don't even remember. How do you remember?
When it comes to this team, I have very good memory.
Hey, that's why we're here. We remember everything.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I think top of the NFC East. I think tied in the NFC top seed. It's a great time to be a Commanders fan. Before we head out, is there really anything else you guys want to say?
I just want to say one last thing from Twitter. There is, I forgot the name of the account, but he is like a very like realist fan, right? And he was like, man, like pretty much the gist of the tweet was, oh, like can we talk like NFC Championship game potentially with this team? And he's a realist. Like he's like me, you know? And honestly, like I'm not gonna go that far, but I mean, bro, we're a contender right now. I'm not just talking about playoffs. We're a contender. Like we got to be real with ourselves. We're 6-2, you know. And I'm not gonna say we're gonna, you know, make it to that point because our DBs, which I don't trust still, are on the field. But you know, this is a really good team.
Yeah.
Clearly, Mahad has a lot of friends watching.
Mahad's got a lot of fans in the chat today. A lot of trolling. I will say to Gabe, if he was actually curious for the offense, I think one thing that can make his offense even better is we got to give credit. We talked about how Dan Quinn revitalized a lot of the defensive players, but let's give some credit to Kingsbury. Everyone hated him coming in, and we say it's a gimmicky college offense, but it works for Daniels. But more importantly, Zach Ertz is looking good out there. We keep talking about how we haven't had a quarterback. When's the last time we had a good tight end? Logan Thomas is great for 2 games. Jordan Reed was great for 2 games. Zach Ertz is out here at the twilight of his career, looking like he could play for another 2 to 3 seasons. I think that's another thing that really shored up our offense. We have that underneath. We have that big tight end. We have a red zone presence that we really need him. That's what's opening up too. Because another thing too is in the beginning of the season, we do still have questions at wide receiver 2. Noah Brown might have silenced those doubters, but we still had questions coming into the season. But thanks to Zach Ertz really coming in, stepping up, it's been a lot more of a better situation along with Eckler. I do want to see Sanat a little bit more out there. I think Sanat should be out there over Bates. I get that Bates knows the system better. He's a little bit better of a blocker, but Ben's not the guy of our future. He is a talented stud out of Kansas State. I thought he was really good in college. He's been good so far in the league. We just need to get him more touches. So maybe we'll see a little bit more 2 tight end look going forward. The Giants have a really good run defense. We might see some more two tight end sets. We'll see. But I wanted to shout out Zach Ertz in the tight end room because we haven't had stability there in a long time.
One thing completely unrelated to everything that we've been talking about on this entire stream, but it's something that there was a tweet and, you know, election is around the corner. Go vote, guys. But apparently there's this thing called the Redskins rule where there's a strong correlation between the outcome of the last home game for the Redskins, now known as the Commanders, prior to the U.S. presidential election and the outcome of the election. When Washington wins, the party of the incumbent presidential candidate or incumbent president retains the presidency. So you know what that means. The tweet says Kamala with the Hail Mary. I'm just the messenger. Don't. I'm just the messenger. Okay. I'm just the messenger.
Shout out to Jaden Daniels Lover at the Insta page. I saw that he posted that as well.
It's a good thing not to my friend Abdullah didn't hear you say that. But that being besides the point, name before we get out of here, you have anything to say?
Man, go Naeem. Go for it.
Oh, I was just gonna say, man, like again, I'm speechless. It's a great day. Gotta get on the Cowboys hate watch after this. I'm looking at the stats. Dak already threw a pick. Sadly, we missed it.
Holy crap!
Yeah, he already threw a pick. I'm on the hate watch, bro. I be on it, bro. You're lucky I didn't bring any negativity. I didn't hate on anybody except for St. Buns, but I didn't hate on anybody else, bro. Like I wasn't gonna do that today, man. because
Listen,
today is
it's
a great
Sunday.
game.
It's Sunday. We can't hate. We can't hate. I'm sorry, Benjamin St. Juice. We appreciate your contributions
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
Washington football team, Washington Commanders. You are not St. Buns. You are St. Juice, and I apologize for that. I got carried away a little bit.
I'm gonna take all my energy from St. Juice and pour into Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying.
No,
Sunday
I
Night
agree.
Football.
When the Cowboys lose, we all win. That's what they say.
Anything else?
Oh no, I mean y'all summed it up well. I'm glad. Chelsea won this morning. Commanders won tonight. I mean, I can't complain.
Don't include
Come on.
Chelsea. with the
Come on, man.
Oh, here we go.
You know who's a happy man right now as well? In addition to Mahad, Magic Johnson. Dodgers and Commanders right now through the roof.
That's
Lakers
crazy.
3-0.
Both your teams are successful.
Yeah, Lakers
Yeah.
too.
You know what they said?
Right?
You know what they said?
Lakers,
Everything
Lakers.
Magic. Lakers too. You're right. Everything Magic touches turns to gold. That was literally the thing they said before he acquired the team.
Oh, Nazi, you brought up the Lakers 3-0. LeBron James triple double, year 22. Come on, bro. Like, there's no way you still believe that.
I said he's right behind Jordan.
Come on, bro. Like, what else do you want to see, bro?
First of all, I've watched more LeBron than all of you guys combined. As a Cavs fan since 06, I've watched more. Okay, trust me, I'm a credible source. Okay, and I still think LeBron is the number 2 overall player. If he wins, I've been saying since 2020, if he wins his 5th championship, he becomes the GOAT.
So Bill Russell's the GOAT. He's got more rings than Jordan. He's the GOAT now.
It's about resume. Like when you add up everything, for me, a fifth ring will give you that.
I don't know about that. I think being the number 1 scorer in the history of basketball.
Nazi, he's playing with his son.
Leaning towards son. I know. I watched it live. I watched that moment live too, bro. That was a heartwarming moment.
Man, we always got to include a GOAT debate every at least a minute or two in
every blue moon.
That's pretty much it, guys. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the DMVSportsZone channel where you can push out as much fire content out there as possible. Follow us on all social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter at DMVSportsZone. Also check out Mahad's X page, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Somali Sports Guy. Hopefully we'll have more on the channel. The Commanders are 6-2.
Yes, sir.
The Hail Noah Brown. What a win and what a finish. And we're out.